Happy Friday, everyone. We made it through another week. I just wanted to do another video today. This morning I decided just to come outside. It's such a nice day out. I won't go any farther over there. There's some garbage over there from all the stuff we've been having over the last couple weeks. But just wanted to go over a couple of things for homework with regards to your assignments for today. I pray everyone's doing well and got through the first week. I first also appreciate all the homework that's been sent to me. If you haven't sent your homework in, please do so. I really, every day I take an hour or so and go through all the homework that's been turned in from the day before. And I will be, if there's some changes that need to be made, little or small, I'll be emailing parents and just saying, hey, check out this problem if they messed up on a problem that I saw, or if they skipped some problems, or if they did an assignment wrong, so that way they can fix those. So that way they're still learning as we're moving forward. All right. First thing I sent home today is on the very top was a link to a site that has a bunch of free books that are all online. Starting next week, I want everyone to share with me a book that they've chosen to read over the next couple of weeks. Now, try to make this a book that's a little bit more challenging for them. I don't want a fourth grader to come with me and one of those I can read books. Make it a chapter book for probably second, third, and fourth graders. First and second graders, you may have to read a couple of them. But if you go on there, there's all different topics. You could also read a book that you have at home. All you have to do is pick one out by Monday. On Monday, I'm going to send home some book report forms that will be they can use, and I'd like to try to see if they can get a book read and the form filled out by next Friday. So I know that might not be feasible for everyone, because especially if you get a longer book. So as long as you let me know, that's totally cool. All right. With spelling today, you should finish up that unit 25, and you have the spelling test. I sent the link in there with regards to your spelling test. Please make sure that you take the spelling test. Make sure you don't have your list or anything around. And then when you're all done with it, if you follow the directions there, then you just text or email me what you got, what was your score on that spelling test. I also put in another link for another mystery Doug today. It's going to be why do frogs say ribbit, and kind of walk through it. It should take about 15 to 20 minutes. You can do the activities if you'd like. Like I told, like the last time, there's a bunch of lots of different activities for them to do that are all optional, but keep you busy. Also, just a heads up, on Tuesday, I think it's at 10 in the morning, Mr. Wasser sent me a link. Mystery Doug is going to be doing a live science class. So I'll send you that link, and so that way any other kids that want to participate can do so. All right? All right, let me scroll down here for today. Kindergarten. Today you're doing your Super Kids book. Hold on, I'm going to put you down here so I can grab my books. For your Super Kid book today, you're going to be taking your story here. You're going to be taking, on the very last page, you're going to cut out all of these pictures here. And then on the other side, you got to glue them on their name. It's kind of like one easy way to remember who's who. Try to do it without looking. If you need help, you can always go to the very back page. On the other side, it'll help you with the names. But cut those pictures out, glue them there. And on Monday, we're going to start a new book. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get that book to you, okay? Then for your math today, you're doing lesson 100. This is a word problem page. On lesson 100, you're going to read the story. It says 9 children were playing in the park. So in this box right here, you're going to draw me a picture of 9 children. And then it says 4 children went home. They left. So you're going to put an X over 4. You're going to count 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then count how many have no X's on them. And then write that number right there on the line. Okay? On the back side, you also have the same exact thing, except now you're doing with dogs. You're going to draw 10 dogs, and it said 3 of them went home. So draw 10 dogs, cross off 3, and then on that line, write how many are left. Okay? Hope things are going well with you, Lauren. I think next week we'll be working a little bit more and getting some more activities going for you. So keep up the good work. Your work has been done very, very well. So good job. First grade, for your math today, you have 3 sheets. They're kind of all over the place. So these are kind of like a little bit review sheets. You have skip 13 first, and then you have lesson 95, which is your teacher sheet. On this one, I think there's 4 that are wrong, so you got to find the 4. Remember, circle them, and then next to the answer, write the correct answer of what that problem is. Then you have you're filling in the blanks, kind of like what we worked on the other day. We did this yesterday, so like you start at 1 and stop at 10. What comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, so your answer is 9. So your number 9 goes in that blank. Okay, so I'll do that for 95-1, and then for 95A, this one shouldn't be too difficult. You can skip number 2 on both sides. It says to write a story there. You can just cross those off. You don't have to do them. For the top part, you write the number 86 a couple times. Number 3, you're going to be counting by hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400, keep going. Counting backwards by ones for the middle one, and then counting up by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and all and so forth. Number 4 says color the 2 congruent shapes blue. Remember, congruent means exactly the same shape, and they have to be exactly the same size. So color the 2. There's 2 of them that are color them green. And then number 5, you're just adding straight down. On the back side, the only thing that's different is, again, you can cross off number 2, but on the top it says color the first square, or first book, sorry, red. Color the 6th book blue. Color the 3rd green, the 7th yellow, and the 5th orange. Okay, that's up here on the top with those books. Some of them will be left white, but I think everything else should be fairly the same as we've been doing, okay? On the others, for your phonics, you're doing 2 pages in phonics, 159 to 162. You're working with the long A sound. If you see on the top of page 159, it has the A like ape. Okay, so you're going to be looking for all the words that have the A sound. On that first page, each line will have 3 that you need to color A sounds, okay? I think all of those should be fairly normal. The only one that might be a little tricky is down here in the bottom corner. This one, that's called lace, okay? Then on page 160, I can't turn the page, my fingers, maybe it's a little chilly out here. If you hear the A sound, circle the A with a line on top of it. Okay, because let me write it on my board here. You have 2 choices. You have the A or the A. If it has a line on it, it makes the A sound. That makes the A sound. So you have to look at the picture and circle the one that goes with that. It shouldn't be too hard. Look at the picture, say it. If you hear the A, circle the one that has the line on it. If you hear the A, circle the one without the line. All right? The 161, you just got to circle the word that goes with the picture and rewrite the word on the line. And the back part, sometimes the A sound was made with an A-I, like the word pale. You see at the top of the page there, pale. Ooh, it's so cold that my board doesn't want to erase. So we have A-I, okay, like that. So like pale has the A sound, okay? So you have to, again, circle the word that goes with the picture and rewrite that word on the line. Okay, I don't think it should be too difficult. I think you should be able to handle that pretty simply. Okay. Oh, my computer froze. Hold on. All right, let's see what else we got. 2nd grade. Oh, 1st grade. Oh, one other thing. 1st grade. I hope everyone got their reading challenge done this week. You guys were doing a pretty good job of that. All right, for 2nd graders today, couple new things for you. Oh, we're on lesson 93. I don't know why I have 92 down. Yesterday, I hope multiplication worked well with you, multiplying by 10s. I'm going the wrong way in my book. I'm trying to read and flip all at the same time. I hope everything went well with your multiplication. Nothing too difficult. I looked at a couple of yours that you turned in already, and they look like they were doing pretty well. Today, we're going to work a little bit with money. What's that name of that big coin? The biggest coin, it's silver. It's not a nickel or a dime, but what's the last one? That's a quarter. How much is a quarter worth? A quarter's worth 25 cents. And if we have 4 quarters, that equals $1, okay? So we have 25 cents. If we have 2 quarters, you make it 50 cents. 3 quarters would be 75 cents. And then 4 quarters would be $1. If you look at my chart here, this is an easy way to remember that, okay? 25, 50, 75, and then you have to use the dollar sign, and it goes like that, okay? Why don't you look at number 2 for me? How many quarters do we have there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6 quarters there. Now, we said 4 of them. If we had 4 quarters, that makes $1. And that leaves us 2 left over. And if I said 2, 25 plus 25, that'd be 50. So your answer for that one should look like this. $1.50. Okay, so that's one thing that you're going to really have to look at on the backside. We did the front one now together, and I told your parents in my letter, keep working on counting money. Ask your parents to give you a pile of money or some coins. Count it up, see if you got it right. On the top part, number 1 deals with dimes and pennies. Remember, the dime always goes first, pennies goes second, and then tell me who had more. Number 3, you got to write a fraction. So first part says how many are colored. So remember how many are colored, that's the number on top. The number on the bottom is how many circles all together, colored and not colored. So you gotta do that on the top. And then the second one is the one, how many are not colored. How many are not colored, that's the number on top. How many circles all together, that's the bottom one. Number 4, use those numbers. Remember the 100 squares, how many 100 squares, draw that in the box. How many 10 sticks, and then how many 1 cubes there. And then write it in expanded form. Remember that was like 300 plus 20 plus 2 for 322. Okay. 5, line of symmetry. Show me which one there is a line of symmetry. There is just one that you need to circle there. And then subtracting. Still, just be very careful. Some of us are still looking at some of your homework the other day. If we have a subtraction problem that looks like this, remember we always do the 0 minus 8 first. But you can't do that. Remember, I can't take 0 pieces of candy away, or 8 pieces of candy away from 0, because there's nothing to be taken away. So remember, you have to go over here, cross off the 4 and make it a 3, and then put the 1 in front of the 0 and make it a 10. So we have 10 now minus 8, which is 2. Try it right backwards. And 3 minus 1 is there, which is 12. Okay? So really make sure that you are being careful of that. Don't just subtract down and go, oh, 0 minus 8 is 8, because that's not right. I don't want you to get it wrong there, okay? So that's, there's 3 subtraction problems at the bottom. One of them, you don't have to borrow. The other 2, you do have to borrow. Same thing on the back side as well, okay? On the back, everything else should be the same. Working another, dealing with quarters, just different numbers and the like, okay? Shouldn't be too hard. A little bit tricky though with the quarters, I think, and that subtracting. In your phonics, you're doing pages 141 to 144. Let me double check that, make sure. And you're working with, on the first part, letters, the letters O-O. The letters O-O can be a couple different sounds. Today we're gonna look at the same that you hear in book, or wood, What you need to do is they give you a box full of words. Write the word that matches each one of those pictures on page 141. Same thing on the back side, 142, because now you're dealing with the oo sound, like moon or spoon or roof. Write the word that matches the picture. Same thing on 143, you're writing the word that matches the picture. Some will have the sound, some will have the oo sound. And on the back side, we're starting with the EW, the ew sound, like flu. Write the word that matches the picture. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Remember, as you do it, cross off the words. That way you don't misuse it or reuse it again. All right? All right. 2nd grade, that's about it for you today. 3rd graders today in math, lesson 82. What you're going to be taking a look at is how to share something amongst 2 people. Imagine we had 10 pieces of candy. I'm going to put 10 X's on my board here. All right, so I got my 10 pieces of candy here, and I was going to split my candy with you. Well, how much candy would we each get? Well, look at 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So I split. Here's your candy. Here's my candy. We each would get 5. Well, now you just divided that. You just did a division problem, because you can say 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Or you could do it this way as well. 2 divided by 10. So there's 2 different ways you can write your multiplication. You can do it like this. 10 divided by 5 equals, or 2 divided equals 5. Or you can do, the 2 goes on the outside. You do this little division, looks like a little house. the 10 goes inside, and your answer goes on top of the house. Okay, that's the two different ways that you can write it. So today they're going to give you problems that look something similar like that. They're going to say there was 18 pieces of candy and they split it amongst 3 people or 2 people. It always will only be 2 people. And all you have to do is think, all right, what times 2 gave us 18? No, let's see. 2 times 6, that's 12. 2 times 7, that's 14. Oh, 2 times 9. So you know your answer is 9. If you look at your assignment today, the only problem that will deal with that, dividing something in half, is going to be number, oh, I saw it last night when I was doing this. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was just looking at yeah, it looks like today you're not going to be dealing with any of those or actually dividing them. You're kind of doing it on lesson or number 3. But again, I don't think any of these on your assignments should be very, very hard. Careful on number 9. It says, what's the perimeter? Remember, that means add up all the sides. And then the area, you multiply the length times the width. All right. I think everything else there should be fairly normal for your assignment today. Nothing too hard. And I think you guys should be able to handle all of that pretty simply. Then on your reading assignment today, first part dealing with sports words, just got to fill in the blank there. That's not too hard. On part 78, you got to take these longer 2 sentences and use the word and or but to combine them and make one sentence for 1 and 2 and 3. And then on the 4 and 5, you got to take this long sentence and combine them into 2 sentences. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, you make it into one longer sentence using the word and or but, combine them together. And then 4 and 5, you got to do the opposite. Okay, and then number 76, you need to do that same thing. You have to go, actually, you know what? On page 79, you can cross that one off. If you've been watching my video, you don't have to do the extra work. Cross off 79. And then number 80, you have to find the 10 mistakes in this letter. Maybe they wrote the wrong words, forgot to capitalize some things, find all 10, maybe put the wrong punctuation at the end. So find those 10 mistakes, all right? All right, last but not least, Javon, Leah, and Dylan. Page 61 through 64 today. On the top part, you have to find the 6 words that are spelled wrong, write them correctly. You do not have to write a character sketch on page 61. On page 62, you need to write a different, the person who wrote this, if you read the directions, wrote too many negative words. You need to replace the word with a better word. So like number 1, it says, traffic along Maple Street today was horrible because of, all because of a family of blank silly geese. Well, you could say, traffic along Maple Street today was slow or was backed up, okay? That doesn't sound quite as bad as horrible. So you want to take these negative words and switch it to a more positive word for each one of those. Then 63, you need to write the ER or the EST form of each one of these words, so that way it makes sense. So like, Ephraim thought this evening was blank than yesterday evening, and the word is warm. Well, he's comparing 2 things, so we know that is warmer. And at the bottom, you have hot, hotter, hottest, and then you got to do the same thing for beautiful. But it's not beautifuler, it's more beautiful, okay? Then at the bottom, you either have to write, use the words that are in the box up there and either write the ER, the EST, the more, or the most for each one of those words there, all right? So that's your assignment for today. I hope everyone has a great week. I'm only going to be on Zoom just this morning. This afternoon, I'm not going to be on. I pray that everyone has an awesome weekend. I will be sending out an email to all your parents later on sometime this weekend, probably Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening, with regards to how we're going to keep moving forward here with the school year. And we're going to just keep moving. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be nice, I heard, all weekend long. So enjoy the nice warm weather. And I hope everyone stays safe and healthy. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.